Slab right here is fixing to turn into three of the craziest guitars that Gibson ever designed. We got a Flying V, an Explorer, a Moderne, and down here I got a placeholder with a melody maker. Okay, that right there is a melody maker, okay? So that's the size we got to work with. Now, a Telecaster will fit in that area, and we can get one out of it. So there's a Telecaster, and we can also get a Les Paul Jr. in there. So y'all vote on the thing and put in your comments down here for me what you think we ought to do. Les Paul Jr., the melody maker, or maybe just go ahead and make a Tele and go to Colorado to see Matt and them at the contest with it. That might be the thing to do. According to how the wife is. If the wife gets better, I might just go do that. So right here, I've got a little queef of space. Yeah, you want to know what a queef is? Contact Paul at Mile House. He can tell you what a queef is. I don't know. It's just what he tells me a queef is. It's a little bitty bit. So that's a little bitty bit right there. I think we're going to be fine because I marked all this way outside the lines. The next project's to start cutting them up and getting them into the pieces I want. And I'm just going to kind of get them rough, and then I'll get them on the bandsaw and take them on down and trim them up. Then I'm going to take them over and put them on the CNC machine, and I'm going to deck the top of them, flip them over, and deck the back of them and get them flat on both sides. And then we're going to stack them up, put some stickers between them, and let them sit somewhere around here in a good flat spot, dry spot, till we get ready for them. And then it's time to make some necks. And before I start making necks, I think I'm going to go ahead and put that Jazzmaster, some finish on it. That's really the only one I can put any finish on yet. The 3035, I got to get a neck made for it. And all of these, got to get necks for them. So the Jazzmaster, I got the whole kit that I got from StewMac in there. So we're going to put the StewMac kit together in the next episode after we get done cutting this wood down and stacking it up. So that's what's coming next one after this. So yeah, the plan is, well, let me just get the saw out and start cutting. Let's cut this stuff up, okay? Let's go. Okay guys, I'll tell you right now, there's no way for Spike to pick this up and get it on a bandsaw or on a table saw. So we're going to use circular saw and the Sawzall to cut this thing down to usable pieces. So I got me a line here. Let me get my first cut of lines marked and let's get started, okay? Let's go for it. Somebody asked me one time, said, when you built that bass guitar the way you did out of one piece of wood, how did you go about doing it? And I said, well, kind of like an elephant, one bite at a time. So I'll go back to the Sawzall and finish it up here in a minute. So watch your ears. We're going to go right through it. Go back across that way, you should be able to finish this off. There's the first one. Alright, now this is one we can make whatever we want to out of. This is our extra. Get us a line on this next one and get cut. The next line is right here, through there like that. Let's go. I can just go straight and then work out the curve afterwards, is what I'll probably go do. So I'm just going to go right here, try to go right through here, is my plan. So that's where I'm aiming for, right through that gap. There's the Moderne. There's still going to be a wrestling match on that saw. Now this is going to be the tight one to cut. It's going to be pretty tough. I'm going to get close and then I'll probably just have to finish it with the jigsaw here. We got us an Explorer Yeah. We only got one V left. It'll be a lot easier to handle on the bandsaw over there once I take some of this excess off. So we're gonna keep cutting, okay? Would that be a caveman V? Look at that. About almost 3 inches thick. Yeah, got a ways to go. I got them all kind of caveman cut out. It's time to take them out there and put them on a CNC and deck them out and flatten them. I got it down on the table and I want to make it stay there while I deck it. This is Sean, thank you, man. Okay, I decked it out and then I cut the perimeter out with a 1/4 inch bit down about a 1/2 inch. Got it all, started cutting it out and got the pickups cut out. And then we're gonna pull it off and take it to the bandsaw. We're gonna trim it out tight as we can, just kind of close to the line. Not terrible close, but just where we can come back and sand it out. The old ShopSmith's all there getting the job done, so can't complain about that. Some cheap tools and I'm getting the work done, so yeah, works for me. Well, that's a good start. It looks like after we clean it up a little bit. That'll look nice. Okay, this is my flat deck sander I built. You can see me using my little tulip knobs to tin it. And I can adjust it up and get it where it flattens out the slab perfectly. So we'll run it a few times across it, and after we get it run across a few times, we'll see what it looks like after it runs a few. But you can turn it up, get the speed up on it, and boy, it'll really clean it up good. But it's not digging, it's just flattening, because it's staying on a flat surface here. It works great. Doing real good. Enjoying it a lot. I darn sure ain't putting nothing solid over that and covering that up. It's going to have to be something you can see that through, that's for sure. Right now it's rather thick. I got to thin it down and flatten back. But I got that far on it. So that's Mr. Moderne. And I got the V in there, but it's so heavy I can't hardly hold to it. Anyway, that's what the sycamore grain looks like. So that's what we got going. Sparkle City sycamore, yeah. That's what it is. It comes from right here in Sparkle City too. Okay guys, that'll be good.